Well, I was about to take off on the trip, but I can't go. Tire's about to blow. Look at that. I told you that tire wasn't long for this world. I didn't make it out of the yard. Oh well. I guess I'll go another day. Alright, well, now we gotta figure out how I'm gonna get that tire off without it blowing up in my face. The life of a vintage car mechanic. See you guys, thanks for watching. You hear that lawnmower running over there? It's true to form, he's hit something about 3 times with it since I've been out here working. Alright guys, well, you seen this past video clip right before this, me driving the car across the yard right there, and that actually was not, see, hit something that time that quit. It takes talent to mow the yard, okay? When you see things in the yard, go around them. Lift the mower up, because if you just go forward and hit that, the mower's going to stop. And then it may not start again. And then you may have to take the mower somewhere to have looked at, and maybe big bucks come right out of your checking account or your credit card. So don't be an idiot. Don't hit stuff in the yard like that. Especially if you've been living in the same yard for years and you know where all that crap is. There's no excuse for that. God, people are dumb as rocks sometimes. So anyway, that video was not supposed to be a video. I was actually going to turn the car around out here and then edit that part of that you just seen out. And I was, the part you're gonna see was me just going by and waving and honking the horn and zooming away to somewhere else. That's why you saw me practice waving out the window. I want to make sure I get my hand out, because the window was taped up at that point. Because I keep forgetting to order my little bushing that goes in the lift mechanism. Yeah, you got it going. I can't believe that. I know this is devolving off to something else, but really, the lady across the street, she does not even have the talent to push a lawnmower. I mean, GD, are you people that damn stupid that do stuff like that? So anyway, I'm on to this. So, I was going across the yard, and all of a sudden I heard something start going. You heard that. And I thought, uh-oh, I run over something. Something's wrapped around the wheel out there. So I got out, I didn't see anything. So I got back in, I proceeded onward, and you seen me show you just a little spot of what happened there. Well, take a look at this tire over here. Look! It ruptured the tread off this tire. It broke the steel belts. You remember me saying that I did a little spot of video on this car when I first got it, and I said, boy, that tire there is not long for this world. Amen, brother. Look at that. I gotta be careful, this thing will stab you. And you look in here, a second please. You look in there, and that's just nylon. That part there is just nylon casing. That thing was ready to blow, man. It had cracks in it right there. There's big cracks in it. And you put your nose up to it, and it smells just like the air that comes out of the inside of the tire out here. So, and it didn't go flat either. This tire, the DOT number on it, I'll turn it around for you. Good grief. The DOT number is right there. It is, looks like ANJU FCJ, then 323 with no arrow on the back of it, past the numbers. They say if it's got a little arrow or a triangle, then it's probably in the 90s. But this thing is old, and it is such a generic tire that there's no brand name on it. All it says is, you turn it back around carefully, it just says steel belted radial. That's all it says. All season over here. And then it has the size down there. There's no name on this. So I'm gonna look here and see if I happen to see a name somewhere. This is a, I'll tell you in a minute what size it is, but golly. Because usually they have like the who makes it somewhere on here. Made in USA. Well, yeah, a long time ago. No name. No name whatsoever. None. Oh, wait. There we go. There's something. Right there. Here's a name and a number of some sort. Medalist. M-E-D-A-L-I-S-T. Medalist. So this is the very old Medalist radial tire. And I got the spare to put on it, but the only problem with the spare is the same exact tire, and it's just as old, so it may do the same thing. I'm almost afraid to let it back down again. Ever since I seen that video with Musty One in it and that tire exploded in his face, I've been kind of traumatized about that. But so that tire's dead. And just give you a quick few tidbits of information on this. This car actually has 13-inch wheels on it. Those tires are 175/80/13. It's supposed to have 185/80/13s on it, and as a matter of fact, it has two of them. It has one back here, which is Montega All Season, made by Mohawk, which I don't even know if they even make tires anymore. They might, but we used to have a Mohawk tire plant not too far from here. And then you got on this side we have a Amera G4S General, made by General Amera G4S. That's a 185/80/13. Looks like they put the right side on the back. And then up here we have a this is a Hercules MRX PL plus MRX plus, and I think this one's a 185. Okay, well, it had one wrong size tire, one right size, three right size tires, I guess. So anyway, suffice to say, these tires are all junk. The guy that sold to me, he said these tires aren't even safe to drive on up the road, and he's right. Because I was going across the driveway about the yard, about, what, a mile an hour? Imagine if I'd taken off somewhere up to about 60 and seen what happened, which I would not have done, believe me. So anyway, those take a 13-inch wheel, and you know, sometimes you love working on old cars, but you get to a situation where nothing is simple. There are no simple answers. Back in the day, when I first started driving in 1987, you could get a 13-inch tire at any corner service station, just about. Tire stores had every kind you ever wanted, every size. 155/80/13, 165, 175, 185/13, 80/13, 75/13, 70R13, I mean, 70, 65, you know, on and on and on. When I was in school, I drove a 1981 Toyota Corolla liftback SR5, and I remember distinctly we had to put a new set of tires on it, and it took a 185/70/13 tires. It was a Michelin that had those kind of strange tread pattern on it. Michelin something, can't remember the name of them, MZ something, maybe, I don't know, but MXL, I think they were called Michelin MXL tires. They had to put a brand new set on it, and but you could get them anywhere. And now, since nobody hardly has a car that uses a 13-inch tire, guess what? You can't hardly get them. So the choices I have for replacing these tires are as follows. I can pay almost $100 to the one place and the one that has the one kind of tire correctly sized, 185, 80, 13. $100 a piece, that's $400 for a set of tires plus shipping. Or I can go down to a 175, 80, 13, which is a size down. It's about 1.5 inches shorter in diameter, which are vastly less expensive, like about $40-something each. And there's a few different kinds of those. Or I can put 14-inch wheels and tires on this and just use my choice of tire, which are still pretty well available. Of course, they're going the same way. 14s used to be extremely available. Now they're not either. But so I don't know yet. I'm kind of pissed off about that because I like these original hubcaps and I plan to use them. And if I put another size wheel on it, I can't use those hubcaps. So I don't know yet. What am I going to do? Plus, if I do that, I have to buy a set of wheels, steel wheels, because this car uses the small bolt pattern, which all these cars used up until 1973 or so. So I don't know, but I'm going to do something pretty quick because this thing's about ready for a road test. Can't be driving on those pieces of shit. Because, you know, when you're a kid, you don't think about stuff like this. All you think about is like getting in, turning the key, taking off, goodbye. And what I think about is if this tire throws a tread off and it ruins that fender, damages the fender, then there I go, you know. I'm just not willing to do that. So, anywho, I'll study on that and see what I plan to do. I thought I had 2 wheels back here in my scrap pile that I saved, and I don't think they're the right size. I think they are the large bolt pattern like that car over there has on it. And one last thing to tell you before I wrap this up is that remember the Mopars of this era up in about 1973 or so? They have the lugs on this side of the car, the passenger side, come off to the left, and the ones on the driver's side unloosen clockwise. So if you have one of these this age, don't put your wrench on there and try to turn it to the left and get them loose, and they won't come off, and say, hey, lugs ain't coming off, they're stuck. They're not stuck, you're turning them the wrong way. So remember that, please. That way it'll save you some grief. And also, another tip is when you use a lug wrench, make sure you use one that's for standard SAE, like 16ths and 8ths and stuff like that, not for millimeters. These don't use millimeters. You remember that lug wrench I had a while back, maybe a couple, 3 years ago, that I bought that had, each end of it was supposedly a combined 14 and a metric and a standard size, and I bitched and complained about it. And you would not believe the people that have stuck up for those wrenches and gave me all kinds of grief about that. So, well, it must be the operator doesn't know how to use it. You jackass. But you know, I told this one guy, I got so mad at him for he's just stirring stuff up, just trying to aggravate me. You know, he said, well, maybe it's the operator. If y'all been using these for 17 years, I ain't ever had a problem with them. I'm thinking, you know what, if you've been working on cars for 30 years and you're using one of those piles of shit, then that speaks volumes about you.